Marine officer who went viral for blasting military leaders over Afghanistan is jailed. That's right, has been thrown in jail.
I want to say this very strongly. I have been fighting for 17 years. I am willing to throw it all away to say to my senior leaders, I demand accountability.
FoxNews.com breaking seconds ago. Let's get to the news and then I'll get a little bit of commentary in there. Here is the information that you need to know today to be smart. Marine Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller. Marine Lieutenant Colonel, man, this guy was legit. He was up in the ranks. Rose to internet stardom by posting videos slamming the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. Now he has been jailed. This from Fox News. All our son did was ask the questions that everybody was asking themselves, but they were too scared to speak out loud. Scheller's father, Stu Scheller, told Task and Purpose, a military publication. He was asking for accountability. In fact, I think he was even asked for an apology that we had made a mistake, but they couldn't do that, which is mind-blowing. Scheller first rose to internet stardom by posting a video on Facebook blasting military leaders in the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, questioning their command decisions and the events leading up to and during the final evacuation effort. You've probably seen all of that. Scheller would go on to release several more videos generating praise and controversy while drawing the ire of military leadership. Eventually, he was told by superiors to stop posting on social media altogether, an order which he ignored by posting about the gag order. Statement from the spokesperson for Training Education Command says Scheller is currently in pre-trial confinement. The time, date, and location of the proceedings have not been determined. Colonel Scheller will be afforded all due process. Okay, there you go. Speak out against your corrupt military leadership, go to prison. That is the America you live in now. You live in a post-constitutional country. It is very sad. It is terrifying to say on this live. I wish I could bring you better news. You know I like my good news. You know I like to encourage people. You are living inside of a post-constitutional America. All this man did was speak out in favor of the families who had 13 of their young daughters and sons slaughtered in Hamid Karzai Airport. All this man did was speak out in favor of Afghan children, what the left would call brown people, right? The little children, the people that they're, the beleaguered and weary of the world. You know, the people that they wish to invite into our country in mass. You know, those people were slaughtered by our military leadership. They lied to you. They said it was a drone strike, a righteous strike is exactly what General Milley said it was. A righteous strike, Joe Biden called it. No, they were killing children. A man was delivering water to his family. All that this Marine did was speak out and say, wow, you have betrayed hundreds of thousands of Americans who will live scarred forever because of what we did in Afghanistan. Do you have Afghanistan veterans in your family? Do you know someone who fought in Afghanistan? I sure as hell do. Both my brother-in-laws. What the hell is happening over there in Afghanistan? What about them? What about the scars that they carry forever? What about people who've lost limbs, legs, lives in Afghanistan? What about them? Now they have to look on the news every single day. They have to go to Benny's page and see every single day that the Taliban is carrying their gear through the streets. That the Taliban is now murdering at will in Afghanistan. The Taliban is now going around and has completely metastasized into something worse than the Taliban of 2001. It is now worse, and it is now funded by the American taxpayer, you and me. These people already have a tough job ahead of them. They already have tough lives. Trust me. I come from a military family. My wife worked at the VA for 10 years. I get it. These guys carry around a lot of scars. You have betrayed them. You have scarred them. Further, you have taken salt and you have jammed it into the wound and you twisted it. These poor men, all they need is someone to stand up for them and say, hey, you served with honor. We're going to pull out of Afghanistan with honor. Do you think I'm forever war? Hell no. I'm not forever war. If it were up to me, everything would have been done very differently. Unfortunately, I was not in control of the military in 2001. I was a freshman in high school. But now, through the lens of time and the lens of history, we can see exactly how many mistakes were made. What you want to do is limit the mistakes now made today. And what did they do? Of course, they did this pullout in the way that would cause the most harm to us, our interest in our men, our boys, our women. It even caused death. And then what did they do when those young men and women died? Joe Biden went to their dignified transfer and he insulted their families further. Joe Biden looked those families in the eye and he said, I'm gonna spit on your grave. Joe Biden, according to the Washington Post, oh, Benny, you right-winger, I don't care what you call me. Dudes, this is corporate media reporting that Joe Biden, corporate media called the families and said, what was Joe Biden like? They said, Joe Biden wouldn't even look us in the eye. These are quotes from the Washington Post. Joe Biden wouldn't look us in the eye. Joe Biden only talked about his own son. Joe Biden talked about his own loss. One of the fathers said that Joe Biden fought me. Joe Biden snapped at me, the man said, and started to insult me as my dead son was wheeled in front of me. Joe Biden's looking at his watch. Incredible. And this man, Stuart Scheller, patriot, hero, this man speaks out against that rot. I have for you a clip of him. Let us say a prayer for Stuart Scheller. Stuart Scheller knew what he was getting into, though. Let's say a prayer for him. Here's a clip of Stuart Scheller. You want to know what got him thrown in the brig? Here you go.
But the reason people are so upset on social media right now is not because the Marine on the battlefield let someone down. That service member has always rose to the occasion and done extraordinary things. People are upset because their senior leaders let them down, and none of them are raising their hands and accepting accountability or saying, we messed this up. If an 05 battalion commander has the simplest live fire incident EO complaint, boom, fired. But we have a Secretary of Defense that testified to Congress in May that the Afghan National Security Force could withstand the Taliban advance. We have chairmen of Joint Chief, who the Commandant is a member of that, who's supposed to advise on military policy. We have a Marine combatant commander. All of these people are supposed to advise. And I'm not saying we've got to be in Afghanistan forever, but I am saying, did any of you throw your rank on the table and say, hey, it's a bad idea to evacuate Bagram Airfield, the strategic air base, before we evacuate everyone? Did anyone do that? And when you didn't think to do that, did anyone raise their hand and say, we completely messed this up? I've got battalion commander friends right now that are posting similar things, and they're saying, wondering if all the lives were lost and if it was in vain, all those people that we've lost over the last 20 years. And he goes on to say that we're all part of a chain. While every link may not be tested, the strength of the chain is only as strong as each link, and you got to be, good link, something like that. And what I'll say is, from my position, potentially all those people did die in vain if we don't have senior leaders that own up and raise their hand and say, we did not do this well in the end. Without that, we just keep repeating the same mistakes. This amalgamation of the economic / corporate / political / higher military ranks are not holding up their end of the bargain. I want to say this very strongly. I have been fighting for 17 years.
Thank you for watching. We are 100% independent news. Are you sick of being lied to? We certainly are. That's why we started this channel. But we can't do it without you. We can't keep going without your help. All we ask is that you click like and subscribe and share this video. It's free. And it keeps us going, it keeps us growing, and it keeps us getting the truth out there to break the rotted corporate media infrastructure that wants to lie to you every single day, wants to corrupt your narratives, your truth, your story, and your very society. So support us by clicking like, clicking subscribe, and thank you.